बिजनेस करने के लिए सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी चीज क्या है? You have to be very careful in using your money. Use the money very carefully and cautiously. That is the most important thing. So what should you do? You should use Excel every day. Prepare a complete statement. What is coming, what is going out. हर ट्रांजैक्शन का रिकॉर्ड रखना सीखिए. You have to maintain very clear and concise record of every transaction. There should not be any possibility of lapse. भले ही 2 रुपए का ट्रांजेक्शन हो चाहे 2 लाख रुपए का ट्रांजेक्शन हो, 10 रुपए का ट्रांजेक्शन हो चाहे 10 लाख का हो चाहे 10 करोड़ का हो, नथिंग शुड एस्केप. देयर हैज टू बी प्रॉपर रिकॉर्ड. आपके खाते बहियों में प्रॉपर हिसाब होना चाहिए. And it should be very transparent. Absolutely transparent. Anybody can come and check. These are the transactions. These are the transactions. Although your business books are confidential, everybody cannot ask to check. But of course, income tax department people are there. There are plenty of government department, government institutions whose only task is to check you, to inspect you. Government has appointed plenty of inspectors. Any of them can come and ask you, I want to check your records, I want to check your accounts. You should get impressed that you maintain proper records. You have proper records. Every transaction is recorded chronologically. On 1st January, this is the transaction. 2nd January, this is the transaction. 3rd January, this is the transaction. Along with supporting document in the same order. Supporting document means if there is a bill, just bill. If there is a voucher, if no bill is there, for example, you have paid 500 rupees to workers, there is no bill. No problem. You may prepare a handwritten statement, attach it, that this is the wages that you have paid to this month, this month, this month, this month. Proper record of that. This will create a positive impression about you that you maintain proper records. Every day, every transaction has to be properly recorded. And then you have to prepare weekly, monthly statements, monthly record, quarterly statements, say half-yearly statements, annual statements. A few annual statements are mandatory. You have to prepare them. For example, cash flow statement, fund flow statement, profit and loss statement, or income and expenditure statement, balance sheet. These documents you have to prepare. And if your business is of certain volume, certain scale, you have to get audited by an external chartered accountant. Audit means an external chartered accountant will come, check your accounts, verify your accounts, and give an audit statement that it appears that your balance sheet and P&L statement give true and fair representation of your accounts. You have to maintain ledger books and journal books. You may not know what is a ledger, what is a journal. You should not be knowing about it. But you have to understand their fundamentals. You may hire an accountant who will do all these work for you, but you have to have a fundamental knowledge of them. You have to have a basic understanding of everything. You have to have a basic understanding of technology. You have to have a basic understanding of IPR. You have to have a basic understanding of accounting. You have to have a basic understanding of financial reporting, annual general meetings, business laws. Doing business is a lot more complicated today than what it was earlier. And every day it is being made more complicated because unfortunately highly educated people come to the top post and they start framing laws and they try to apply their total complete knowledge along with the entire knowledge of the entire universe, try to copy paste the most comprehensive laws of the world, combine them together and create the world's biggest law and impose it in India. They believe that by doing this act they deserve a Nobel Prize, but a person like me will always curse them. The business entrepreneurs of India will always curse them. Instead of making business simple, they are making doing business most difficult thing. The only benefit they are trying to give is to different chartered accountant and company secretaries and other government agencies who are intermediaries. Today's income of chartered accountant and company secretaries is because of the complications of the business laws. Instead of doing auditing, they are just trying to translate what is written in the law in simple languages, and that's what they try to tell it to common people, and they make money out of that. Thanks to the government, which has created the most complicated business laws in India. But this is a legacy, dear friends. Colonial period, you know what is colonial period? For 200 years, Britishers squeezed India. For 200 years, they looted India like anything. Your grandparents, your great-grandparents can tell you that India was ruthlessly looted by Britishers. And in order to loot India better, they created a force which they called Indian Civil Services. And the Indian civil servants were purposefully made very, very arrogant and disdainful, and they were trained to create such systems which could hamper the business spirit and innovation and entrepreneurial spirit and the culture and the philosophy of India. The Britishers succeeded in their venture purely because of the Indian civil servants that they had created. Their success in India was purely because of Indian people who were working as employees who were developed out of the Macaulay education system. The Britishers left, but their systems continued, and even today we are using those systems. And those systems continue to ruin India of its great culture, great ecosystem, great spirit. None of us has the courage to break these shackles which have been in existence for 270 years now. 200 years of British rule and plus 70 years of Indian independence. So, we are burdened by a legacy of these bureaucrats. We know that they are creating hurdles, but we have no solutions. We have to bear with them. So for our simplistic understanding, a few mandatory financial statements you have to get prepared from chartered accountants or financial analysts or advisors. These statements are financial statements, cash flow statements, balance sheets. What is a balance sheet? Balance sheet gives true and fair understanding of your assets and liabilities on a particular day. As on this particular day, what is your asset, what is your liability? That is called balance sheet. What is asset? Asset is something that you have or that you are likely to have or that is legally yours. Suppose somebody has, you have to collect some money from somebody else. That is your asset because you are legally bound to receive that money. And what is a liability? The opposite of asset is called liability. That means something which you have to pay. You are bound to pay. or for which you are legally bound to pay. Suppose you have to pay some debt, you have to pay for outstanding payments, you have to pay to your employees, their salaries, other expenditure, something is outstanding, all this is liability. You have taken loan, that's also liability. Your own capital to the business is liability, because if tomorrow the business is closed, then you would expect that money to receive back from the business. The business has to give back your money which you have invested into the business. That's also liability for a business. Keep the business apart from your own personal identity. You are this, your business is this. They are separate. And that's better. In fact, you may look at the biography of a great person, Steve Jobs, was founder of a company, and later on, for some time, he was not the owner of the company. So it may happen. You may start a company, the company may become a big brand, big successful company, and then you may wish to sell it. So your identity and your company's identity has to be different. Traditionally in India, people used to make the names of their businesses with their surnames. But fortunately today it is not the practice. Now everybody keeps new names. So you may create a new brand name, which is easy to remember, very attractive, which can clearly denote the purpose of your business. And when you create your brand, you get it patented or registered, create your trademark. If your brand becomes a successful brand, everybody likes that brand, can sell that brand in the market for a good price and relaunch another brand. This is possible today, right? So in this way, you can expand your business capabilities. Traditionally, people, used to put their surname as a brand. Bajaj, for example, Dalmia, for example, right? But in today's time, you can create a brand which is very good name, make it popular, sell the brand, keep the organization intact. Brand name itself has a huge goodwill. So you can take advantage of the goodwill that you create out of the brand name. So create a brand name, sell that brand name in the market, invest into your assets and build your business portfolio. How do you do it? Keeping proper record of your business activities is very important for you, dear friends. Let me try it out using Microsoft Excel. This is Microsoft Excel, and in the Excel you can make here now a balance sheet is something as on particular date. Today is 14 July. It has two parts. One is liability and one is assets. And in the liability, you have to maintain an order. You can denote the permanent liabilities first and most short-term liabilities at the end, or vice versa. Short-term liabilities first and permanent liabilities at the end, whatever you like. So I'll show you the most permanent liabilities first. The most permanent liabilities are like capital, then loans, long-term loans, then short-term loans, then outstanding payment, Well, these are all liabilities. Then assets. What are the permanent assets? The permanent assets are like goodwill, building, plant and machines, equipments like computers, etc. Then inventory. And then if some creditor is there from which you have to collect the money, right? And then some cash if you have in your hand, cash in bank or cash in hand. Well, these are assets, these are liability. So you have to write what is their status as on 14 July. So as on 14 July, what is capital, what is long-term loan? Suppose the capital is 100 crore rupees, long-term loan is also 100, short-term loan is 50, and outstanding payments are also 50. Total is 300. The liabilities will always be equal to assets. That means the total of the assets will also be 300. If it is not 300, then probably some typing error. This is how a balance sheet you have to prepare. Balance sheet is prepared at the end. Before preparing the balance sheet, you have to prepare so many other things, which I was talking to you. What are those things? Okay, first, every transaction you have to record. Every transaction, even if it is a very small amount transaction, it's a big or a small, doesn't matter. This record of the day-to-day transaction is called journal. So simple. A journal is nothing, a chronological record of all the transactions. 1st January, this is the transaction. 2nd January, this is the transaction. 3rd January, this is the transaction. 4th January, this is the transaction. Record of them chronologically in proper order is simply called journal. So simple. So write down whenever you have transaction, as soon as you have a transaction, you make an entry in that. That's called journal. The journal is prepared immediately. As soon as you make a transaction, you make an entry in two record books. One is in journal, one is in cash book. If it is a cash payment, immediately write it down in cash book. So at two places you have immediate record. If it's a cash transaction, in cash book, also in journal. If it is not a cash transaction, credit transaction, then even then there will be entry in journal. So as soon as, without entry in journal, don't allow any transaction. Somebody wants to buy goods from you on credit, fine. Immediately make an entry in the journal. Somebody purchased some goods from the market on credit, immediately make an entry. Somebody made some transaction, immediately make an entry. The same chronology. As soon as the transaction happens, make an entry. And in journal, the transactions are recorded chronologically. So if you forget to record a transaction on Monday, you cannot make entry of it on Tuesday, because by that time the dates have closed. Next day you have to make entry in the new date. So if you forget to make an entry in journal, you cannot make an entry on that date, that time. You can make only in the contemporary date, because it's a chronological record. Papers cannot be added, papers cannot be removed. Everything is chronologically mentioned. So prepare your transaction very chronologically. As soon as you have a transaction, make an entry in the journal. Keep the journals ready for anybody to come and check. They are the most authentic record. Just like journals keep proper records as vouchers, record means all those things which are supporting document. You bought something, there is a bill. You bought something, cash memo is there. You bought something, purchase order is there. Or you made some miscellaneous expenditure, statement of expenditure is there. Make proper record of them. All these things may be required sometimes. If some inspector comes to check your accounts, you can show it. And if you show them all these things, he will not have the authenticity, the command to exploit you and to grill you unnecessarily, because his sole purpose is to create hurdles for you, business hurdles. That's what he has been trained for 270 years. For 270 years, the bureaucrats have been trained to create hurdles for the entrepreneurs to find out what is their mistake, find out where they are wrong. So if you are perfect, don't give any chance to anybody. Do your work honestly and confidently. Nobody should get any right to disturb you unnecessarily. Journals. After you have very well prepared journals, in the evening you can sit and prepare ledgers. Or weekly, once in a week you can sit, you can fix one day. Let's say every Monday or every Tuesday, you'll prepare ledgers. So what's a ledger? Ledger is individual account of each party with whom you deal. You might be dealing with 50 parties, so we'll have 50 ledgers, right? Journal is a combined book. In journal, the transactions are posted chronologically. And if you want to know how much money is due from Ramesh or how much you have to pay to Ram, you cannot find that from journal easily because it will become complicated. Therefore, what do? You maintain separate ledger. There's a separate ledger of Ram, there's a separate ledger of Rahim, there is a separate ledger of Ramesh. These are lying there separately. Every transaction with Ram gets recorded later on in the ledger of Ram, obviously chronologically. So when you open the ledger book of Ram, you find all the transactions that have taken place with Mr. Ram. You go through them, summarize them at the end of the day, total them up. One side, both the sides, you total them. Either you have to pay or the Ram has to pay to you. So simple. And based on that, you can identify the correct balance. Who is going to pay? If Ram is to pay to you, that means you have to collect money from Ram. That means Ram is your, you have to collect money from Ram. Ram is your debtor. You have to make the payment to Ram. Ram is your creditor. Ram will collect money from you sometimes in future. So simple. So just prepare a ledger. Just show me, let me show you how it works. Where were we? This was, well, this is the ledger. This is the balance sheet that we try to prepare. There are two sides, liabilities, assets. Liabilities are capital, long-term loan, short-term loans, outstanding expenditures, creditors, if there are any. Then assets, we have goodwill, building, plant, equipment, debtors, sorry, inventory, debtors, cash in bank, cash in hand. These are all assets. Money that is with us or which we legally get, right to get. Then we have another thing, ledger. I was telling you, ledger. Ledger also we have two sides. So in ledger also, ledger is for each party like Ram and company. So ledger of Ram and company here on each day. So there will be one date. What is the nature of transaction? What is the transaction amount? Right? The same thing will happen both the sides. Let's say this side is debit side, this side is credit side. You can make them entry, right? Okay, so debit side and credit side. So whenever there is any transaction, this is what is the first thing that they do? The first thing that they do is a journal entry. The first thing that you do is a journal entry. So what is the journal entry? The journal entry has two transactions. One is a debit transaction. Every transaction has two aspects: debit transaction, credit transaction. So journal entry is always with day. Let's say 14 July 2021. The transaction. Let's suppose Ram. You borrowed money from Ram and Company, or you purchased goods from Ram and Company. Is the transaction. Purchased goods from Ram and Company. This is a very simple transaction, purchase goods from Ram and Company, right? Now the journal entry would be something like purchase account debit, Ram and Company account credit. You purchase goods of 10,000 rupees, right? You will make an entry of 10,000. This is the entry that you make in journal. Same entry you have to make here in your ledger book. Now in ledger book, where is the ledger book? This is Ram and Companies. What do you have to do? Yes, you have already mentioned purchase account debit. Ram and Company account has to be credited. So go into Ram and Company's account and undertake an entry today. Write down 14 July 2021. What did you do? Purchased. What did you do? Purchase account debit. And what did you do? How much amount? 10,000 rupees. Now, this ledger book, Ram and Company's ledger account is now up to date. All the transaction, debit, credit transactions are recorded here in the same order. And on any day, you can check total of debit side, total of credit side, find out what is due. Suppose 14 July, there is a transaction. Now there is no transaction on 15 July 2021. There is another transaction, right? What is the transaction? Transaction is that Ram and Company paid rupees 10,000 to you, paid 5,000 to you. What entry you will make? Cash account has to be credited. This is cash. You received cash. So what do? Cash account debit rupees 5,000. Ram and Company account credit 5,000. Right? What is the transaction? Cash account rupees 5,000, Ram and Company account credit 5,000. Ram and Company account, one debit entry is there, one credit entry is there. Debit and credit both total have to be same, equal. Now come back to the ledger sheet. Ram and Company's ledger you are maintaining. Similarly, you have to maintain cash ledgers also. right? On 14th, we had done one transaction. On 15th July, we do another transaction. What do we do? Received cash account. How much did you receive in cash? 5,000 rupees. Now it's so simple. As on 15 July, 15,000 rupees are credited from Ram and Company. There is no debit. That means as on that day, you have to make payment to Ram and Company because Ram is going to receive money from you. Ram is your creditor. Ram is your creditor. Ram is going to receive 15,000 from you. If you want to settle your account on that particular day, 15 July, as on that day, based on these two transactions, Ram and Company deserves to receive 15,000, 10 plus 5, 15,000 rupees from you. And the name of Ram and Company will appear in the balance sheet as a creditor. Here it will be there. Ram and Company. The creditor 15,000 rupees. This will be like this. So it's so simple. So you have to understand these basic principles and apply them in your day-to-day life so that you become a successful entrepreneur and ultimately you are able to create an impact on the society. Do a business to change the society. Do a business to help the society. Your business should ultimately create an impact. It's very unfortunate that we don't have any record of how much benefit you give to society or how much loss you create to the society, how much support you give to the environment or how much damage you give to the environment. We are not keeping any record of them. It's so unfortunate. We are only keeping record of financial transactions, but the real benefit is in terms of the service. Every entrepreneur gives benefits to the society and every entrepreneur creates an impact on the society. Either you help the society or you damage. Large number of business entrepreneurs are damaging the society, but there is no record of them. Every company which is manufacturing these plastic bottles, plastic pouches, plastic bags, they are damaging the environment. But they are neither keeping record themselves nor anybody else is keeping record on them. They are entrepreneur, they are very successful. As more successful they are, the more damaging they are, because the damage caused by the products that they make will continue for next 200 years. So therefore, before you decide that yes, you want to become an entrepreneur, evaluate what kind of business you are doing, what kind of impact you are going to create on society. Be firm. You have to create a positive impact on society. If you cannot create a positive impact on society, don't go for business. You can do anything else. So decide what you want to do. The most important thing that you have to do is create positive impact on the society. You may earn profit or you may earn a loss in the beginning of your business enterprise. But from the day one, you have to create a positive impact on the society. That is the most fundamental thing.